A.E.W. Fight Forever is finally here, and it promises a return to the glory days of Nintendo 64 wrestling titles. Budget, scope, and graphically, it can't match WWE's latest and greatest. Instead, it goes for something that the series has lacked for a long time: being a wrestling video game first and foremost. So let's dive in, blow up in a gory mess of barbed wire and pyrotechnics, and revel in this fantastic mix of nostalgia and new in the XboxEra review of A.E.W. Fight Forever. A.E.W. stands for All Elite Wrestling. Beginning life as a small independent organization, it was eventually bought by the Khan family, who among many things own the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over the years, their roster and fan base have grown immensely. I grew up enjoying wrestling with my brother and our friends, but I've fallen off real hard in my adult years. We knew it was fake, but the athletic feats on display and occasionally great storytelling were immensely entertaining. Professional wrestlers put their asses on the line multiple times a week to entertain people around the globe, and Fight Forever, I think, is one of the better representations of that in a fun video game. The budget for this title is nowhere near that of the WWE 2K series. Instead, the focus has been spent on modernizing the old Nintendo 64 wrestling games that A.E.W. became so beloved for. WCW/NWO Revenge was my favorite game for years as a kid. It was ugly, ran poorly, and had terrible sound, but it was the most fun I ever experienced playing a quote-unquote wrestling game. And Fight Forever is no different. It doesn't look the best. The sound can be surprisingly low bitrate when voices are used, though it does run at a smooth-feeling 60 FPS. The big differentiator is that while WWE 2K goes for you're playing a game that looks just like wrestling on your TV style, A.E.W. opts to focus entirely on being more of a well-balanced fighter whenever possible. Fight Forever never looks to wrench control for you for extremely long periods of time because that's how it looks on the show. Instead, you're in a constant back and forth to wrestle momentum away from your opponent or opponents as you chip away at each other's hidden health bars. It's a leaner, meaner, tighter feeling game in every respect. And I don't know A.E.W. well, but the roster here seems robust. There's a large number of wrestlers, including ones like Cody Rhodes, who are now with the WWE. The women's division is well represented and are treated no differently than the men in the game. And also, as a nice surprise, there are no live service elements that I can see at launch, because while there is an in-game shop, it is only stocked with items you pay for with cash that you earn by playing the game's various modes themselves. Speaking of those modes, you have 1-on-1 with normal, lights out, and falls count anywhere, 2-on-2, aka tag team, 3-way, 4-way, casino, battle royale, exploding barbed wire deathmatch, ladder match, 3 mediocre minigames, training, online, and Road to Elite. One of the main issues here is that outside of 1-on-1, you can't really set any rules for the other matches. They are what they are. It is disappointing how little variety is afforded to the match types on hand, and the only options you have are the basic ones at the main menu. Those are all about the gameplay as well. You can turn blood on or off, change the difficulty, and a few other UI options. Say you want a tornado tag team match where all 4 participants are in the ring at the same time, well, I couldn't find an option for any mode outside of those 3 preset 1-on-1 matches. Thankfully, at least it is a solid variety of match types, including that exploding barbed wire deathmatch. It's a crazy match type that features a 2-minute timer or so, and when it goes off, the entire ring explodes in a shockingly bright bit of pyrotechnics. Whoever is closer to the ropes takes more of a beating, and the entire thing is surrounded by barbed wire. It's a bloody mess of a mode, and a hell of a lot of very quick fun. The Casino Battle Royale is A.E.W.'s take on a very large number of participants match type. It caps at 4 people in the ring at a time, with combatants eliminated by being thrown over the top rope and out of the ring. There are 21 participants in all who'll cycle in, and I had a ton of fun playing through multiple entire matches. Road to Elite is the big story mode that goes through the history of the organization, starting with one of those Casino Battle Royales. You can choose to play as a current member of the impressively large roster, and you'll be treated to hilariously goofy, though on purpose, cutscenes, and a light RPG-style energy and upgrade system. When playing it solo, it will be my go-to as it broke up the potential monotony of fighting the CPU, even though those fights do tend to be pretty short. Yuke's reuses the majority of the old Aki-style Nintendo 64 control system, and you can feel that DNA in every bit of the gameplay. It's not one-to-one though, as the game is fast as hell in comparison to those old titles. Characters move more quickly, with X being your main strike button and Y used for kicks. Both give you 3+ hit combos that come out real snappy. A is for grappling, which is used in tandem with the left stick to attempt various moves in unison with the left stick. You can do grapple strikes as well by pressing X after successfully grabbing someone. To counter strikes, you'll use the right bumper, and the left bumper can counter grapples when timed correctly. Throwing people around the ring feels fantastic, and matches are controlled via the momentum meters at the bottom for each participant. Those meters can swing quickly from low to maxed out based on counters and situations like running in late during a battle royale. Your head, body, and limb have internal meters for taking damage, though I never really noticed it affecting the gameplay that much. If you're kicking some serious ass, you'll see the word signature splash across your momentum reader. Depending on your character, this will be activated either in a grapple or various in-ring situations. You use a press of the D-pad in any direction to activate a move, say a special power slam if you're in a grapple. It varies per wrestler, so you will need to learn who can do what and where to see every move. You also have a taunt tied to your right stick, which can help build your momentum when used successfully. If you use it when your signature move is ready, it will activate and become special. This is your finisher and is activated for most by grabbing and then flicking the right stick in any direction after having a successful grapple. These moves, as the name would imply, drain your opponent of a massive amount of health and momentum and make pinning them or throwing them over the top rope or having them stay down long enough to win a ladder match more possible. I love the focus on being a somewhat balanced fighting game instead of trying to approximate the what if wrestling wasn't scripted and was actually a real combat sport way that the WWE 2K series goes about things. The best I can tell, it does away with any number-based ability systems for its roster of pros. This isn't Madden or FIFA, and all that matters is who you want to play as and how good you are at the game's mechanics. As I received this review copy, almost exactly 48 hours before this embargo, I've had little to no time in multiplayer, so I'm unsure of how those online servers feel, unfortunately. Graphically, the game is good enough for what it's going for. The character models do scream Nintendo 64 modder, updated No Mercy for 2023, but the animations are really slick and they flow together well. The arenas match the character models in their level of competency. I don't feel like I'm watching TV at times like I did with 2K. Instead, I feel more transported back to my childhood bedroom, playing 4-player tag team matches with my brother and my friends. In my mind's eye, this is kinda what that looked like, though the reality is that this is really a massive leap over those titles. And much like the snappy UI and quick loading times, the frame rate feels great while aiming for that 60 FPS target. Audio-wise, the game features a ton of licensed music, and it's a solid mix of genres. The quality of the voice clips it uses, though, is baffling, unless that is exactly what they were going for, because there's not a lot of voiceover in the game with pretty much zero in-match commentary, which is kind of a highlight for me. But when the voices are heard, they sound insanely low bitrate to the point that I have to imagine that it was a deliberate choice. You'll get short snippets at times like match introductions, which are also surprisingly quick. Instead of the long, lavish intros we've gotten used to in wrestling titles, you get your character at the top of the ramp, looking around, doing a few poses before they're gone. The Road to Elite mode features a lot of video and audio footage that is far higher quality than every other part of the game. The music for when you're working out, visiting landmarks, or eating dinner is just on the cusp of being too silly, but it worked in the end as it matched the tone that the mode was going for appropriately. Fight Forever has 3 different customization options. First up being, of course, wrestlers. It has everything you'd expect from this style and budget of game. You can choose your name, height, a decent amount of looks, and more. They aren't nearly as varied as the WWE titles, and there doesn't appear to be any way to add in custom textures. The amount of clothing options on hand is decent, though it cannot easily create wrestlers from other organizations or the past that the old N64 titles offered. I created a flag-wearing Jesus who always made sure to mask up in public. It's competent enough for a first try, but I hope they add in more options over time so that people can really go wild. Next up is the very light team mode. You can make teams or modify the existing ones, though there are only 4 base teams to start with, but it seems like you can have up to 50. These teams are limited to 2 members, which is disappointing and mostly consists of just naming them and giving them an entrance to play. Finally is the Arena mode, which gives you the ability to create new or modify existing arenas. There's nothing too crazy here proper look-wise, though you can make some pretty hilarious looking ring, floor, and ramp combinations. Wrapping things up, A.E.W. Fight Forever rekindles the flame of the classic Nintendo 64 wrestling title. Featuring a fantastic mix of nostalgia and new, it is only let down on occasion by budget and scope constraints. I hope this is the start of a new, long-running series that takes this excellent foundation and adds more variety on top of it for years to come.